Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about if you can get banned from AFKing on the limited time quest or not. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So in order to clarify this issue, we are going to have to come to the official website and come to the support section right here, and under the ARK's player etiquette lessons right here. We're going to scroll down over here to quest problems, and we can see right here there are many different players with different levels of skill, amount of experience, and play styles. Please keep this in mind and be considerate when offering advice. Also, please refrain from taking advantage of other players by deliberately using weak weapons or refusing to join battles, as it can cause dispute between players. And over here you have some examples. So you say, "You suck, get lost." Obviously that is toxic behavior. Then the other one is, "Everyone else is strong, so I don't need to help out." This is the one that we're going to be addressing. And then there's another one over here, "I'll sit back and score some free loot." And this is another example right here. However, this doesn't say anything about getting banned. And so we need to scroll down a little bit more over here under griefing and trolling. So under this category, it says behavior that interferes with other players' normal gameplay and cannot be mitigated against. So some of you guys may be like, "Listen, I'm AFKing, I'm not interrupting anyone's gameplay, I'm not breaking any terms of service because I'm just AFKing over here, I'm not impeding, I'm not trolling, I'm not impacting the other player's gameplay negatively in any way." Well, the thing about the limited time quest, unfortunately, is the more players there are, the HP scaling of the mobs increase. It's exactly the same as Gigantics. So if there's 8 players in the room and 7 players decide to AFK, that one player is going to be fighting mobs that is scaled for 8 players, which means the mobs have a lot more HP. And this gives Sega enough reason to ban you because you are interfering with other players' normal gameplay. However, Sega, or more specifically the Lives Op team, is not going to ban you straight off the bat just because you AFK. You need to be reported in order to be banned. So as you can see over here, what should I do if someone does something completely unacceptable? You have two options. You can either block the player or you can report abusive player. So if you block a player, you won't be able to see anything that they type, even in all chat, party chat, whisper, whatever. They are just straight off deleted off the map from your screen, which is pretty nice. However, the main one that we're going to be addressing is going to be option 2, report abusive player. So let's say you are AFKing in the limited time quest because you want free seasonal points, and you're just too lazy to do the limited time quest. You don't care about the loot, you just want the seasonal points. Well, if you're AFKing through matchmaking, the other 7 players which are actually actively playing the game can and may report you. And if you are reported enough times, the Live Op team will look into this case and see whether it is a bannable offense. As you can see over here, the PSO2 New Genesis Live Ops team reviews each reported case and sometimes may even ban the player's account. So if you are reported enough times, the Live Ops team will be forced to take drastic measures. However, if you're only reported once or twice because, maybe there was really an emergency case, you had to go to the bathroom because of an emergency, there are plenty of reasons. So if you were only reported once or twice, you're going to be fine. However, if you're reported multiple times, we're talking about like 10, 20, 30, 50, then the Live Ops team is going to look into your case and see, all right, what did this guy actually do? And if there's a lot of people reporting you for AFKing, and indeed you were AFKing, then you'll get penalized, and in worst case scenarios, you might even get banned. However, the option to report abusive player is a double-edged sword. Let's say someone really doesn't like you and they get all their friends and their entire alliance and everyone to false report you. Well, it actually backfires. If it's a false report and you actually didn't do anything wrong and people just want to get you off the game by banning you, they will actually get penalized and not you. So please be very careful with the report abuse player. You want to make sure that if you are reporting a player, they are actually committing an offense and not just because you don't like them. If you don't like a specific player, I highly recommend using the blocking players feature. You just block them, you can't see whatever they type, they can't interact with you, life is good. But now we need to address the second issue, which is AFKing in an LTQ solo allowed or not? And in my personal opinion, I think it is allowed because you are not breaking any terms of service, because you are not impacting anyone. Since you're in a solo room, you're passworded, no one else can join. So when you just wait for the timer to run out, it's perfectly fine. So if you do decide to AFK in order to get your seasonal points, it's perfectly fine to run the limited time quest solo. So just make sure that you put a password on so that you can run by yourself and you won't impact anyone else's gameplay experience, and it's still perfectly fine to AFK farm your seasonal points. However, there's a fine line over here in the sense that you need to physically be in front of your computer when you are AFK farming. You cannot set up a macro, for example, or a bot to automatically remake solo games so you can literally be away from your computer, go to work or whatever, and have your game actively farming seasonal points while you are physically not in front of your computer. That is against terms of service. So if you are planning to quote unquote AFK farm seasonal points, you as a person physically still need to type in the password to remake the room and all of that stuff. You cannot have that fully automated. The moment Sega catches you with a fully automated system, that will automatically trigger a permanent ban. So please make sure not to use fully automated macros and stuff like that, or else you will get in trouble. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!